Good morning, guys. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the things I wish I knew, the mistakes I made when I started my weight loss journey. This could be useful for beginners, intermediates, and even advanced. I don't know. I could have experienced things that you didn't experience. We could have experienced the exact same things. I don't know. But this will help you, especially if you're just getting started. So if you're excited, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. And let's get into the video. Okay, so we are on the way to the gym, so I thought this would be the perfect time to start the first tip. You do not need to be doing tons and tons of cardio. You can do other exercise, or you can literally do no exercise. All you need is a calorie deficit. Now, lots of people think, oh yes, I need to be running every day, loads and loads. But if you don't enjoy running, there's no point in doing it because you won't sustain your weight loss. What I did is I picked weightlifting. Weightlifting, at the start, it burns even more calories when you first start than cardio. But you still burn a lot of calories even when you're just doing it. But even if you don't have access to a gym or can't do weightlifting, or you just don't enjoy it, pick a cardio that you do enjoy. You don't have to just go for runs if you don't want to. You can play sports with your friends. There's so many options you can, which burn just as much calories and are way more fun. So just try to enjoy your cardio, because if you don't really enjoy your weight loss, it's going to be a lot harder to stick to it. Now you may be wondering, why should you listen to this weirdo with a camera? But about 3 years ago, I was quite obese. I was considered obese, and in about eight to 9 months, I completely changed that. So this was me 3 years ago. This was me 9 months later. Now I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I've definitely experienced my own weight loss journey. So I'm just telling you the mistakes I made and the things that I wish I knew, so you don't make the same mistakes as me. So we just arrived at the gym, so I'll see you inside. So we just got out of the gym, now we're heading to the shop. So this leads on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is all about the calorie deficit you need to be in. For me, I believe that 500 calories, minus 500 calories is really the max you should be going if you want to have a sustainable weight loss. If you go any lower, like if you go I've seen people go minus 1,000, but you just kind of fall off the rails. You're constantly hungry, constantly tired, and you just get sick of it. So if you want to actually stay consistent, and weight loss is all about consistency, it's going to be a long time. It's going to be a couple of months, up to maybe even a year or over that, of just being in a calorie deficit. So you are going to want to not be hungry all the time, not be sad all the time. When you're in a calorie deficit, a lot of things happen. But there is ways to avoid this, and I'll tell you about that in step number 3. Okay, so I just realized I forgot to actually explain what a calorie deficit is. So a calorie deficit is literally the only way you can lose weight. It is by eating less calories than you burn in a day. So instead of your body using food for energy, it uses your fat and a little bit of muscle. So that's how you actually burn fat. Okay, so we're just on the way home from the shop. We just got out and we got the goods, so it's time for tip 3. Tip 3 is make the most of your calories. Okay, editing tag here. As you probably saw, it got really windy and you could not hear tip 3. So tip 3, don't waste your calories. Don't waste them on liquid calories. Don't waste them on useless high calorie foods that don't fill you up. Try to eat low calorie, high volume foods like vegetables, high fiber foods. So just cut out as much white carbs as you can and try to go for whole grain as much as possible, because fiber fills you up with low calories and keeps you energized for the day, which is what you need, because you do not want to be hungry during a weight loss, or you just will not keep going with it. You will give up because you'll be hungry, cranky, tired all the time, and it's just not worth it. So just eat right. Take this tip and you'll be happy during your weight loss. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so we are just home, so that means tip number 4. So tip number 4 is, please don't get disheartened if you don't see results week in, week out. There will be some weeks that you will slip up, and that's perfectly okay. It happens to everyone. Everybody's human, everybody makes mistakes. There's weeks where you will just have water weight. So when you're going in for your weekly weigh-in, you'll be carrying a bit more water weight, so you will actually have lost the fat, but the scales won't say it. So I also don't believe in the scales. Don't just trust the scales. Take progress pictures as well, because if you are weightlifting or anything, you could be putting on muscle while also losing fat. You could be going up on the scales, but you could still just be losing fat and gaining muscle, which is even better than just losing fat. So don't get disheartened. You will see progress in most weeks, and take progress pictures to actually track your progress, because weighing scales don't work as well. But now it's time for breakfast. That bird was good. Okay, so now for tip number 5. Okay, so for tip number 5, I want you to avoid fad diets like keto. They will probably work at the start, because they will put you in calorie deficit if you cut out all carbs, but it will be impossible to sustain. You're not going to be able to cut carbs out for the rest of your life, and if you want to keep the weight off, you're going to have to make a real change to your lifestyle, not just make a diet. After the 9-week diet or whatever, you'll probably just start putting on the weight because you haven't been you haven't educated yourself. You haven't learned how to track your macros, track your calories, and eat whatever you want in moderation, so you can lose weight and still live your life. So yeah, that is tip 5, and that is probably one of the most important tips. You will probably see results from keto diet in particular, but it won't be sustainable, so just try to avoid it. Now, I know this wasn't the longest video. I was quite a rushed video, to be honest. I have lots of assignments to do, and this is going out the same day, so I recorded it this morning and I'm going to edit it. But yeah, so if you're new, I make fitness content, I make challenges, do loads of ideas. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments below. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button, like the video if you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on Sunday.